talento es sin lío y escuchando que el talento le cantó a los dos míos. Esto es música rapera que no lo hace cualquiera. Puro call boy para Tesa sin frena. Neal the boss, Neal the boss, Neal the boss.
And welcome back to the Neal Podcast. As always, I am Neal.
I'm Neal.
And that's Neal.
Oh, shit. How the last few weeks been, man?
Been good. I've been good. So, man, I went to the dentist this week just for a cleaning. Okay. Little Latina girl comes in. She does the brushing part.
Yeah.
So is real gentle, real sweet.
Wait, they brushed your teeth at the
they get the little their kind of toothpaste with a little drill, or not drill, but the brush.
Oh, like the polish thing that they put on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
I was
at first,
I'm just like, why are they brushing your teeth when you go to the damn dentist?
I go to a very special dentist.
That's what I was about to ask.
I get my teeth brushed. I get my feet rubbed. I get a back rub.
I need to go to this damn dentist.
I did go to one place that they did paraffin hand wax and like massages afterwards.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, where was this?
It was up in Plano.
Near us? Not too far?
It had been a long time since I've been there. I don't know if I'd have to check to see if it's still around.
Yeah, I need to see if they're still around.
But a coworker told me about it. But this was not the place. This one, I went in and they're doing the brush part of it, where they get the dental tool in and bzzz around and cleans it, and then she leaves and another lady comes in. And she about three bills and had short pink hair.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So she hurt my teeth so fucking bad. Oh. Like, I don't know. It was like she was trying to scrape the last piece of the meat off of a chicken wing. It hurt my. And I'm going, damn, she's being rough. Like, she is in there just digging with those tools. Mm. And the whole time I'm thinking, I've had teeth cleanings before. This is not what I remembered. And then I start tasting blood.
Oh shit!
Like, she's gotten
digging into your fucking
she's
gums.
Gotten into my gums so much at this point. I'm starting to taste copper. And then I went home after the appointment and looked. I pulled my lip down. It looked like I was. Instead of chewing tobacco, I had just a bunch of fiberglass in my teeth. My gums were all bleeding and shit. She didn't say a word.
She just got out there and just started hacking away.
She's like, okay, you're good. I'm going to rinse you out, and then you'll be good to go.
Hell no, man.
My teeth
See,
hurt.
You're nicer than me, because I'd have been like, hey, can you ease up on that? Hell no. I'd have been.
It was at the point where the scraping was done, and she was doing the rinsing and the polishing part, but I'm going, why does that part hurt? I go, oh, it's because I have open wounds in my mouth.
Why do my gums sting?
Yeah. And then I got hungry, and I was like, I can't. It hurt to touch my teeth together.
Did you get a deep cleaning or something, dude?
I don't know what I got. I got the Karen Walmart special.
You need to
cleaning.
go to different fucking dentists, man.
The first time I went back to what? The first time was great, and then the second time, I don't know if I'd give the same Yelp review on that.
I don't know. You better tell them next time you make an appointment. Don't give me whatever the pink hair chick. Like, no.
Hey,
no.
You know exactly who I'm talking about. I don't want that one. You either give me that little Latina girl or the black girl that I had the first time. Mm. Not her. Okay. Trying to talk to me with 4 fucking fingers in my mouth. I can't answer your question.
All I can think of is a Diddy trial. You're talking about 4 fingers in your mouth, and all I can think of
is Diddy.
It's the Diddy shit.
So yeah, we can talk about that Diddy shit, because the Kid Cudi stuff came out this week, right? Or was that last week?
Yeah, this past week, I think. Because I think the first week was all about the freak-offs and the orgies, and then the second week was a little bit about the same thing, but then it went into the Kid Cudi, him trying to throw a Molotov cocktail in his car.
He essentially did.
Well, it was, if it wasn't him, I think it was one of his assistants or a bodyguard.
Well, I
or
mean,
something.
it looked like the bottles hit on the top of the car and then slowly melted into the car, but it didn't burn the car down. But still, the car was fucked.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. But I think they also talked about a thing where he tried to show up, run up and shoot Suge Knight one time too, because he was at some diner in New York and he heard about it and like ran out of his apartment with like 4 guns to try to find Suge.
That part to me is not surprising, but like he broke in. Didn't he break into Kid Cudi's house?
For the dumbest reason too. It's like, I'm gonna break into your house to look at your Christmas gifts.
He unwrapped them, didn't he?
Yes.
He unwrapped the Christmas gifts that Cudi was trying to give to Cassie and the rest of his family, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna unwrap the gifts, see what you're gonna get him, so that way I can know to get Cassie something better than what you have. Like, next level psycho shit. Like, okay, I know they just stopped. They just had the last season of the show You. What if they did a You, like a Diddy version of You? Because that sounds like some very You type shit, like some shit that guy would do on that show.
See, I haven't started. I watched that 1 episode or 2 episodes with you about You, not about you, but the show You. You be watching some shit, man. I like that that show. I go, what the fuck is going on here? Like, you and Sandy. Oh, he's crazy. And then y'all start calling out, oh, he's gonna kill that bitch. That bitch is gonna die. I'm like, damn, what? And then he did, and then he killed her. I'm going, what is this show? And at first I thought, is this kind of like Dexter where he kills bad people? And I go, oh no, that girl didn't deserve that.
No. It's what if Hot Dexter was actually evil?
Like if he had not,
Dexter has no real moral code.
I'm gonna have to. I guess I'm gonna have to go back and watch it now,
dude. What's wild is you will see shit coming. You're just like, bro, just stop now. He cannot help himself. And you're just like, oh my god.
And it seems like one of those shows why a woman would say that they would rather be in the forest with a bear than the forest with a man.
Okay. When it comes to that guy, definitely get it. Definitely get it. Here's what you know what? I will say, I will put it above Dexter as far as like murder shows. Here's why. Way better ending. Way better ending. Like the ending for Dexter just pissed me off to no end, and then they try to start it back with him down in like South America or some shit, and then, or like
I don't remember that one.
No, or he went to South America and he came back, but he didn't. Like the ending was just terrible.
They did
like the original ending to Dexter.
True, and
hated it.
the one the one where his son comes and his son starts doing all the same shit he's doing. That one, the ending of that sucked, but they're bringing it back. They're bringing Dexter back. I thought he died at the end of the
second reboot?
Sequel.
Yes.
Yeah,
but
his son shot him. His son shot him like 3 or 4 times, I think, and he's in a pool of blood in the middle of the forest.
That's what I'm saying.
Unless he's fucking thinking about that.
He killed so many people. It was like, you keep trying to bring. I was like, no, fuck that. But the way You ends, you're like, okay, I like this.
Oh, so you finished it?
Oh yeah, this was the last season. I was like, this is a good show with a solid, realistic ending. It like explains. You feel great about a lot. You know, there's still some plot holes that I wish they would have wrapped up, but I am good with the ending. It made so much sense.
Okay, don't take this the wrong way, but the little bit of the show that I saw, it reminded me a little bit of kind of how Desperate Housewives the scenes would work out, and I only watched that because of my ex-wife. Like she and it was one of those
the way
shows,
it's kind of shot, and how they pace it, and kind
with
of
the sexuality, but then you throw him in it. And guys are like, oh no, I can watch this show now.
Oh yeah.
Because if Desperate Housewives had a guy that was going around the neighborhood and just killing people, I would have loved that show.
Dude.
Because Because some of these people need to
Oh,
fucking
shit.
go. Okay.
Oh yes. All right, but circling back to
Oh,
Diddy.
right, Diddy.
So, dude, my other thing though is I don't see I don't see how he doesn't get convicted. All right.
He's fucked.
At
He's
least on
fucked.
at least doesn't serve like some sort of like at least 10 to 15 years of prison time.
You think he's only going to get 10 to 15?
I said at least. Like if they somehow can't get him on the racketeering charge, they can get him on all this like human trafficking and all this other shit.
Okay. So what's your bet? What do you want to say? Okay, over
Over under how many years?
Over under 80 years.
Over under 80.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna bet the under.
See, I'm taking the over.
I'm gonna say he gets around somewhere between 50 to 65 years.
You got to remember how many cases he has
This is true.
open.
I mean, that's just off this first trial.
No, I'm
Who's to say
talking.
that
I'm
they
talking
don't?
about when all of it's said and done. The number.
Never mind.
'Cause I was like, man, you got some.
I'm just mean this because I think they're gonna, even if no matter how this goes, I think that they're gonna try to go after him on some other shit too, even after this trial. So if they don't get the amount of years that they want on this, they'll just go for even more afterwards, because I'm sure they got him on all sorts of other shit.
He could have so many years to do that his great grandchildren are gonna have to serve time for him.
Oh yeah. Now, what I did want to, when he does get to prison, they can't put him in the general population, because just with the wild, like, essentially just crazy gay sex shit that he was doing, dudes in prison are gonna hear about this, and you're gonna have those guys be like, you can rub my cum in your nipples, brother. He's gonna get that shit.
Clip that, Jarvis.
I mean, there's gonna be that guy to offer him some
12-minute,
crazy
20-second
shit.
time mark. He did say that. Diddy did, man.
Yeah,
like,
he had Cassie rub other dudes come on his nipples. And I just know if that is public knowledge when you go to prison, somebody's gonna try to test that shit at some point. That you can't have that be public knowledge about you walking into a prison.
Yeah, because if the racketeering charges stick, he ain't gonna have no money. So he
they'll
can't
seize all of his assets.
Yeah, they're gonna seize all of his assets. Mm-hmm. So he can't pay off people in prison.
I mean, he could start having his own little prison freak offs if he wants. I don't know if it's gonna be as fun as his own, and it's gonna be way less lube.
You're gonna be using applesauce. You think?
No, it's packets of butter, bro.
Packets of butter. You save that butter.
Yeah.
Butter your bread. You think Diddy might just freak everybody the fuck out though, and they're like, nah, we tried to break him and he broke us?
No. I don't. Diddy, I don't think is I can't see him being a real tough guy in the fact, like, I'm gonna get in prison and I'm gonna start whooping everybody's ass out here.
No, I'm
like,
talking about.
I can't see that being him.
I'm talking about like some guy coming up and being like, "You gonna be my bitch," and Diddy's like, "Yeah, I am," and they're just going,
Yeah.
"Oh,"
And then prison will be mighty fun for him. He's gonna start turning other dudes out in prison. Like, man, Diddy too freaky for me.
Diddy's running his own whorehouse game in the prison. He's not gonna see freedom. I don't think ever again.
What I really don't hope for though, because he's got all these hidden tapes, because he had like hidden cameras in all these houses and stuff like that, and so I'm sure there's footage of all sorts of people doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So
you think he's gonna start dropping dime on a bunch of people to try to get his sentence reduced?
Or does he get Epsteined? Yeah, see what I'm saying? You got enough shit on enough people. Somebody's gonna try to get you Epstein.
Man, I see. I thought about the Epstein stuff, and I don't know. I think he did it, but I think the people in the prison knew he was doing it and did nothing about it to stop it. That's how I
Okay.
looked at it, because I'm like, nah, Epstein knew there's no way he didn't know he was fucked.
Yeah. Or
Like,
it could have been just some random dude in prison who was like, oh, that's that motherfucker that was fucking those little girls on that island and just decided to kill him. The guards went, and just let it happen.
That's the way I looked at it. I was like, they probably just went, oh no. So I can't see camera 5. It's blurry. There's a sheet over it or something.
He's like, hey, in a couple minutes, can you go check this?
How long does it take a person to die from strength? 5 minutes? Okay, I got. All right, 3 more minutes.
I mean,
that's how I looked at it.
Okay, that would make more sense to me. Rather, I could still also be like, somebody paid him to go do it too.
I don't know, because somebody like Epstein, he wouldn't have lasted in prison. Like somebody that got him.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But see, he also had so much information on so many other people too.
Oh,
he could have
you're
started.
Saying that. Oh, okay. You're saying that.
Because think about this. What do they always try to do? Even if you're like high up there, if you can make some DA's career by getting them to fucking arrest all these different politicians and have them be like the big DA that made his career on this big thing, locked up these 6 politicians that were flying out to Epstein's Island all the time. Do you know how famous? Dude, that's an instant ticket to trying to be like president at some point, because you're for law and order. You have this big case. People are going to trust you and stuff like that. Why wouldn't he fucking just be like, no, hey, just keep me in like protective custody and I'll start giving up all sorts of shit.
True. That is true. But there are unreleased Epstein tapes, right? Like there.
Well, you didn't hear about what old girl from the Justice Department did after Trump took office, did you? So apparently everybody was wanting to know what happened with the Epstein stuff. And so she had this whole like big press conference or whatever, and had all these stacks of papers and invited all these like right wing. I was about to say crazy back, but all these right wing people, conspiracy theorists, like, hey, we want you, all these TikTok guys, YouTube guys, like, come here. We got all these Epstein files. Take a look. It's a lot of they redacted and withheld so much of the shit. They were like, well, all of this is already public knowledge. You didn't give us anything new. And it just fucked up. And now everybody because they redacted so much shit apparently that they were like, something happened that you won't tell us. So
we'll find out one day. It'll be a Netflix special in 20 years. Yeah. The released Epstein, whatever.
The released Epstein files.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, problem was nobody cared. Like they cared that there may have been a cover up, but nobody cared that he's unalive.
Yes, I think people cared to the point where they wanted to know who else was out there. Right. Because you can't be a billionaire with your own private island and just be having like crazy orgies on an island, and you're not having these solo orgies. So who else is who else is going out there?
That is true. Because it was all the one Epstein thing that they did have on Netflix. That one was just like, for high client, high value, but there was never any names.
Or it could be it was just all super rich, super powerful people that you just don't know of, and they didn't want their fucking names out there.
A lot of the richest people in the world, you don't know who the fuck they are and what they do
at all.
Somebody could drop a name and you're like, I don't care. And then you Google it and it's, they're worth $50 billion or something.
I mean, that's how those the people who were putting OxyContin out there, you couldn't even find pictures of them on the internet for years. Like, had no clue who was in this family. Like, no clue. There would be like one picture on a random website from like 15 years earlier, and that would be the only picture of them, like, all over the internet.
Man. Oxy. I don't know about it. No, actually, I did, because when I
for sure.
When I had rotator cuff surgery, they were like, "Listen, they gave me tramadol, and I went, this is not doing anything for me. And they're like, yeah, huh?
Isn't that what they were giving like NFL players back in the day before they
That was Toradol.
Toradol. Okay.
Toradol, I think.
Okay.
Tramadol was, it's another muscle relaxer. I think it was the one that they were switching to from Oxy, but
Okay.
I was like, look, I tore my shoulder so bad. This pain is like nothing I've ever felt in my life. And they're like, all right, we'll get you some Oxy. And I'm like, just straight? They're like, yeah. And that helped, but I don't know why I switched camera just to show you cough. I thought you were about to say something. But yeah, that stuff, that was good. But after after you got done with the bottle, you don't feel good. Like,
Oh shit.
You kind of start. I remember getting a little bit of cold sweats and not wanting to eat, and I felt nauseous all the time. And it was for 2-3 days, and then I kind of felt back to normal.
Oh shit, Neal, you were a dope fiend for a little bit, man.
I think it was like,
You went through withdrawal, bro.
I think it was no joke, because the pain was for, I mean, the first 6 months after the surgery was excruciatingly painful, and that's about how long they gave me of a dose. And then when I got off of it, I went, oh, I don't like this feeling anymore.
Oh shit.
So I can 100% see how people get addicted to that shit.
God damn.
Yeah, it's not good. But you did bring up the NFL.
Oh, dude. Okay. So NFL approved NFL players to play in the flag football for the fucking 2028 Olympics. And I know I saw Justin Jefferson definitely was like, oh, I volunteer. Like, I want to go do this. And I was like, this is, man, it doesn't seem fair to let NFL athletes go and do this. I don't see how any other country competes. Maybe in the women's flag football, other countries will compete. I can see that, but not in men's.
I don't, because even the diversity in American women is going to make up the difference for all the other countries when it comes to flag football. Like, they're doing women's flag football?
Yeah,
too?
they're doing women's, because I remember hearing about there was an exhibition game between, I think, the U.S. and Mexico for the women's teams, like not too long ago, and I think the U.S. women's like lost, like Mexico like beat the shit out of the women's team, if I remember right.
Well, I mean, I would need to see the American, but Mexican women, they got strong backsides, so that they can run faster. But the men's team,
I mean, I don't know.
They should destroy.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody.
Okay, I got two real thoughts on this. One, I think you don't. You got to put a cap on NFL players on this team. I feel like, because you've got these guys.
It's going to be nothing but NFL players.
But see, you've got these guys who have done like there's like flag football leagues. I've played in a few flag football leagues with people that are like really into flag football leagues. And you're going to take these guys who are finally like, oh shit, I'm going to have a chance to get like an Olympic medal. And they're like, oh yeah, no, like Justin Jefferson's coming, Lamar Jackson's coming. So what you've been working on for the last several years, like, yeah, whatever, bro. We don't care.
That's what I think is going to happen, because they're going to be like, well, you don't understand. Like, I'm a great route runner, and we have these plays, and everybody's
not like this, man.
Well, everybody's going to be like, nobody can catch Justin Jefferson, so he's going to catch it and he's going to run.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the end of the play, because nobody's going to catch him.
Yes. And then, then my next thought is like, who do you put on this team?
I don't know.
Like,
all the rules.
how do you set this?
I don't. I don't. Okay, you talk. I'm gonna look up the Olympic flag football.
Because here's what I'm thinking. All right, you're gonna want to run in quarterback. All right, so you got to get Lamar Jackson. And I know earlier you said Josh Allen. In my thought, Josh Allen is too fucking big. Like, they're not going to be able to catch Lamar Jackson. I feel like they could catch Josh Allen. Josh Allen is only really good at scrambling because he's so big and so hard to tackle. So my thought is you had Lamar Jackson and Tua Tagovailoa, two really fast mobile quarterbacks. And then it's just like, who do you have? You could pick just about any starting receiver from the league. and it doesn't matter. You
I
put Tyreek
want-
Hill and Justin Jefferson out
Yeah.
there?
Well, it's 5. So it's 5-on-5
Okay.
with 10 players total. Well, they probably
10 players
meant
on a
on
roster?
the field.
10 players. Okay.
Oh no, it says. All right. Olympic flag football will have a 70 by 25 yard field with 10-yard end zones. Teams will be 5-on-5 with 10 players total,
Okay.
including substitutes. Games will be 40 minutes long, split into 2 20-minute halves and a 2-minute warning. 4 downs are required to reach.
They got to put a
midfield.
mercy rule on there. They've got to put like wrestling where you can like tech fall somebody because you're up by so many points. They got to put that rule in just for us, just for the U.S.
So, okay, so here's the rest of the rules. It's 4 downs, 4 downs to reach midfield and 4 downs to score a touchdown. No run zone. No running plays are allowed within 5 yards of the end zone.
Okay.
Touchdowns are same. Quarterback has 7 seconds to release the ball after receiving the snap. Blitzing, only a designated defensive rusher can rush the quarterback, and they must line up at least 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. No blocking or shielding of opponents is allowed.
Okay.
Tackles made by pulling a flag from ball carriers' belts. Largely based on existing flag football rules, yada, yada, yada.
Okay,
the
so
NFL
you need
has
what?
approved.
2 rushers? You could put
I think you can have. So, yeah, you have 2. So, all right.
so like I'm talking about the
10,
roster.
So we got 10 players.
Okay. So what? You're gonna probably maybe 2 quarterbacks maybe, just in case somebody twisted an ankle or something like
Yeah.
that. Or
So two quarterbacks.
I say Lamar Jackson and Tua. I
Yeah.
say Tua because Tua can run. He's fairly mobile. Like who's the other? I mean, other than Josh Allen, who's the other? Another really good mobile quarterback in the league. Like Dak's not there
Kyler
anymore.
Murray
Ooh,
Kyler
yeah,
Murray
Kyler Murray
would
would be
be-
good. Yeah,
would be good running around.
absolutely.
Mm.
Oh no. The Commanders quarterback.
Oh,
Was it Josh McDaniels? Not Josh, that's the coach. Yeah, sorry.
Williams, Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
right.
Ooh, Lamar Jackson, Caleb Williams as your quarterback. So that's 2. All right. Then you got Justin Jefferson. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get Tyreek Hill to fucking get out there because he's not going to win a Super Bowl in
Oh,
Miami
no,
anytime
Caleb Williams
soon.
is the Bears. Who the hell Oh no, he got.
Hold on. Commanders quarterback. Oh my goodness, deal. Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels. Put Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson out there. All right. Then you got Justin. I say you put Tyreek because he's not gonna get. Like I said, he's not gonna get a Super Bowl in Miami at all. So at least try to get him an Olympic medal.
Yeah.
So you got those. Then who? I say Grunt comes out of retirement, just wants to play tight end.
You gotta have defense. You have no defense. You have to do 5 offense.
Yeah, I'm
and
like,
5.
I know. But I'm just putting together like an offense. You only really need. Oh, you're gonna need DBs.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta have DBs. So you gotta have at least 3 DBs.
Yeah, but I just named off 5 people you can put there on.
You just
on
gonna
offense.
just play 2-way. Just have your receivers play.
No, but that's
DB
just
too?
5 people. I just named 5 people you can have on offense. Damn it! All right, so who do you put at safety then?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. I think the point is like it's not going to matter.
This is true.
You could take the best college players today, and I think
Yes.
that they're beating anybody else in the
Just
world.
put a bunch of retired guys at it. Do it like 3-on-3,
Dude,
and just
man.
put like recently retired NFL guys out there.
Adrian Peterson gets out there
Yeah.
running the ball.
Do you don't think Ed Reed could go out there and still like ball on some of these guys?
No, not for 40 minutes.
But it's not going to be 40 minutes. They're going to go back and forth.
True. But that's what I'm saying. It's going to be touchdown on offense, and then defense is going to get on. 2-3 plays later, they're off the field. Touchdown on offense. Like, that's the way I see this playing out. I don't see anybody catching our fastest receivers, our fastest running. You're going to get nothing but, like, small scat
See,
backs.
this is what I feel like you got to make it at least possible for other countries to win. So you got to limit the NFL guys and put like either college guys or rookies or guys who are like first couple years in the league. Then we do it like we go full 92 dream team. If we don't win a gold medal, the moment it looks like we're starting to drop, we're like, all right, All right, now you guys go at it and show the rest of the world what's up.
That
Because-
first time they score, it's like, all right, we're never letting them score again.
Yeah, I mean, because the U.S. would just send college players to the Olympics in basketball all the time, and then it wasn't until '92 we're like, no, we need to show the world like we are the best.
Yeah.
And then for like years we were sending our best people. Then it went back to for a little bit like let's send some of the younger guys. Then we finished third in the one Olympics, and they were like, fuck that ever since.
Go back.
Yes.
Never let that happen again.
Exactly.
It's got to be, and it has to be.
It just doesn't seem fair because no
it's
other
not.
country even plays football. So how did this even made it to the Olympics blows my mind in the first place.
Like I don't even hear about flag football being big in other countries.
Yeah.
Because they sure as shit can't play American football rules in the Olympics. There would be so many people getting hurt.
Yeah.
So many people getting hurt.
God, yeah. Oh my God. Like TJ Watt comes through on something like on the first play and just blindside some quarterback. It's like,
So we have a doozy of the first round here, folks. China has drawn the short straw and has picked America first. Could you imagine a Chinese offensive line against an American defensive line in football?
Now, here's what I would say. I think Japan. Hold on. Let me go with this.
They're gonna get a bunch of their sumo wrestlers to be offensive linemen.
There you go.
Yeah,
You get
that's
all
why I
these
said
sumos.
China. I didn't say Japan.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
no.
Japan could do okay. You get a bunch of sumo guys out there, to hold the offensive line down, dude.
No, I'm saying suits. Yeah. Oh no, to hold. Yeah, though. I thought you were saying to hold the line, but to be your offensive line.
Yeah.
I think.
Actually,
yeah.
have you seen the video? Oh, who was it? It was some NFL defensive end.
It was Micah Parsons.
Was it Micah Parsons with that sumo
Yeah.
dude? And he just could not move him. And he was like,
Yeah.
no.
And Micah Parsons is not a small guy,
Yes.
and he looked small compared to that.
I wonder why.
Not Yokozuna, but he was.
It was really fucking Hawaiian or something, or Samoan or something.
Oh, yeah, no. Yokozuna WWE or WWF was. He wasn't even. He was
He wasn't even Japanese.
Samoan.
Yeah. But man, I don't know why. Because the NFL is really good about taking the best from wherever. I don't care if as long as you're a good athlete, we'll find you somewhere and try to make you into whatever we need you to be. And I'm shocked they've never tried to get like a mid-tier sumo guy and brought him over here to try to turn him into like an offensive tackle.
You know they're gonna have hands.
That's what I'm saying.
You know they're gonna have hands.
they're gonna have a great base.
Yeah.
They're definitely not gonna get bull rushed.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm surprised.
You know?
I am kind of surprised it hadn't happened because we've picked up. I mean, the NFL's had like French basketball players and
That Australian
Yeah.
football guy,
Yeah.
or the skier,
Yeah.
the downhill skier that got drafted.
you find a guy that you're like, he's showing me some footwork I
Yeah.
like, and taking him under your wing and. All right, we got a movie. We're gonna make a movie.
the sumo tackle.
Man,
I mean, all you really got to do, I feel like they would be really good. Like all you would have to do is teach him how to kick step. If you could teach him how to kick step, he'd be set.
and we can do it like most American movies where they fuck up the culture, and we could call it like the Great Wall of Dallas.
Oh my God. That's fucking great.
See,
In true American style.
yeah.
Just give the Japanese dude a Chinese nickname.
and he's like, I'm not fucking Chinese. Yeah, but you make the Great Wall of Dallas.
Oh fuck.
Was that one of our? Didn't they have? They had the
goddamn.
Doomsday Defense, but didn't they call?
I remember Steel Curtain.
That was a Steel Curtain, but I thought like when they built that great offensive line with Williams and everything like that, and Allen, I thought that they. What was that?
Okay.
I thought they had some kind of.
I don't remember them
nickname.
having a
Let me
nickname.
see.
I don't. Huh. That's interesting. I mean, I know just Larry Allen alone was a wall in himself. So, but oh my God, it'd get to the point every time like I don't know. You see him. People start throwing rice onto the field every time he
Man.
fucking he pancakes somebody or something.
Oh yeah. I was right. Okay, the Great Wall of Dallas refers to the legendary offensive line
Oh,
of the
yeah.
Dallas Cowboys from '92 to '94.
Okay. Oh shit. Yeah.
So it was Mark Tuinei, Eric Williams, Nate Newton, Mark Stepnoski, and Kevin Gogan. Because the next year, it was
when
either
they-
'95 or '96 was when they drafted Larry.
Larry Allen, okay.
Yeah. But
Get-
so I wasn't being that.
that race.
I wasn't. Look. Anyway.
All right. Well, speaking of football, man, you aren't gonna believe because we're talking about flag football and Olympics and all that. So you'll never believe what NFL player competed in the Special Olympics.
I'm sorry. What?
Yes, dude. So you
It
remember?
wasn't that the kid from the Seahawks, the one that doesn't have a hand.
Nope.
No.
Nope. So you remember Jamal Charles, the
Yeah.
UT running back?
Yeah.
Played for the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
He was a stud for the Chiefs.
Yes. Competed in the Special Olympics as a kid, dude.
How?
Dude, I don't know. Somehow, apparently that's how he found out he had a lot of athletic talent because he was just destroying everybody in track. So apparently, like, he was in like some sort of special ed classes or something like that when he was a kid and ended up going on a field trip and got into the Special Olympics and just murdered everybody in the Special Olympics. And that's how he learned he was fast as shit and could do well.
Yeah. Jamal
I
Charles-
love your face. You're like, what?
A former NFL running back is a Special Olympics global ambassador and a Special Olympics athlete himself as a child. He
Yes.
competed in track and field events and used
Yes.
experience to discover a talent he didn't know he had. He didn't know he could run fast.
Apparently not. Apparently, he knew he was fast. He just didn't realize he was that fast, I guess. But imagine you as a parent, like, you've been helping your kid train, you've been going through all this stuff, helping him, and you get out there and you see Jamal Charles's ass out there, like, and just annihilating. Everyone's like, who put this little boy out here with them?
So, and I remember this because he's around our age, but they called it special ed classes. Like that was a thing
Yeah.
for us in the 90s.
yeah.
I don't think you call it that now, but it's
yeah.
like through his special education classes, Jamal went on to field trips to Special Olympic events that ultimately competed and thrived in track and field. So he probably had like undiagnosed like ADHD or something, and they were like, put that bad kid
Or
in
put
the
his
special
dumb ass
class.
in the
Yeah.
special classes, and then he gets out there and starts destroying people with actual, like. And I'm not to say that he didn't deserve to be there, but
He didn't deserve. Neal,
I'm
he
just-
was an NFL running back. NFL running backs.
him going up with these other kids with actual with the other with other issues and stuff, and they put his ass out there just because they think he's a little slow, and
Right.
he's just destroying these kids in track.
It's like, what is this? What is this very able-bodied child doing out here? Timmy's in a wheelchair, and we're doing hurdles. I don't like this. Isn't fair at all.
Oh man.
And then you just have a fast black kid out there running track against.
Yes.
Steve's got one foot that's turned sideways. He can barely run with that.
That's what I'm saying, man. He's winning by 50 meters in the 100 and shit like that. You're just like, who put this boy in here?
I wonder if like wherever he grew up, some coaches saw him and went, get that kid out of that fucking class right now.
Yes.
Son, you gonna come tote this rock for us. You gonna come run this ball.
Really?
Because he's from, I know he went to UT, but is he from Texas?
Yeah, he's from Houston.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense now. That makes a lot more sense now. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Is he from Houston or is Selvin Young from Houston?
Let me look it up.
Because I just remember in that whole pantheon of running backs they had, because they went from Priest Holmes, Ricky Williams, Jamal Charles, Selvin Young, or it was Selvin Young, Jamal Charles, one of the two. But it was just like 5 straight, just badass running
Oh
backs.
yeah. He's from Port Arthur.
Yeah, Port Arthur.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Houston area, Port
Yeah,
Arthur.
yeah, and he's a year younger than us, so he grew up in that same time period where we were like, because that happened at my school. There was kids that were just kind of bad and didn't
Put him in
do-
CMC.
We're in there with the kids that really needed help, and I just they're like, man, I don't want to be in there with those kids anymore. I'm
Like,
well,
I don't want to be in this regular class, but I don't want to be here
I
either.
don't want to be here. Yeah. I think we've split it up a little bit better now. You know, this kid just has ADHD.
He needs a little extra help.
Timmy needs extra help.
Yes, Jamal Charles. When I remember reading that and being like, "What in the hell? Like, who allowed this?"
Well, you want to talk about, because you just reminded me of this damn video you sent me
Okay.
of not allowing shit to happen.
Oh God. Okay. What I said.
And kind of on the same topic, where do you find these videos? It was those two. They looked, I'm gonna say Thai, but they couldn't. One of them looked like he was 1'5", and the other one could not stand without crutches. See, look at him laughing. I want everybody to look at this man because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. They stand. They stand the one guy up out of the wheelchair. And I'm like, what are they about to do? Why do they have boxing gloves on? And then they ring the bell. And I'm like, who let the? Yeah, it was Muay Thai, wasn't it? It was kickboxing, but nobody could kick because one guy was 1'5".
Here's the best part though. The beginning. It looked like, I guess his legs were having seizures or something. And they're like getting his legs and they get him stand up. But I don't know if you remember, one of his knees was kind of bent the wrong way. And so as he goes, he started trying to kick the dude with the bad leg. And I was like, oh my, bro, come on.
You talking about the little dude, the tall dude,
The taller
I don't know.
guy.
He looked like he had that
I was like, bro.
whatever the thing is where they can't
Grow
form muscle
Yep.
in their legs, and they tried to stand him up, and he's wobbling on these toothpicks.
He's leaning
And-
on the ropes trying
Yeah.
to kick this little person. I was like, come on.
And then the
now.
little person starts kicking him in the shins, and then the tall person falls down, and the little dude gets the knockout because he can't get back up. That's the kind of shit you send me that I'm like, oh, let me see what my very good and dear friend of mine has sent me on Instagram today in bed. And I watched it over and over and over again and kept saying, who allowed this to happen?
Dude, here's the thing, man. 2 things. One, I love to fuck up somebody's algorithm. It's
And you have. You have. I get Indian food street videos now. I'm getting a lot of why Latin American women are so great. I'm getting a lot of stuff in Spanish now.
Oh, just be happy. I haven't started sending you all the Balkan videos that I'll run through too.
You send me one, I can't say the name of it. Fat
Oh,
Squad.
Fat Fellas. Fat Fella. It's
Yeah.
Fat Fella. It's at Fat Fellas. Just check it out.
I don't know. I just like their squad name.
Yes, tis the season.
Yeah, I cannot be a
Tis
part of
the
that
season.
squad for 2 reasons.
But man, like,
Because I'm not fat and I'm not.
here's the thing about Asia though. They always, if you go to like some of these local shows and stuff like that for like
Asia.
Muay in like Southeast Asia.
We're back on that. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about the big fella squad
No.
at a show. I'm like, where is this? 'Cause I want to go see that.
If you go to like in like Thailand, Myanmar, like a lot of places, if you go to like a local like Muay Thai show or Myanmar, if it's a Lethwei show, they have what are essentially like not necessarily freak show fights, but it's kind of like carnival fights at the end of like every not every show, but a lot of shows they have. Because I went to a Lethwei show in Myanmar. All the fights, were legit fights. They're trying to knock each other out. It was really good fights. And then at the end, I was like, oh, okay, they got to fight. And then we're just me and my wife. We're just sitting there, and these guys, they just start talking like, oh, okay, this the nigga last fight. He was like, oh yeah. It's sissy fight. It's sissy fight, and I'm just like, huh?
Sissy fight?
Sissy fight.
Okay.
And
is it too? You kind of guess? No.
You already know what this is.
I got 2 guesses.
And you're gonna get it on the first.
Okay, my first reaction was 2 lady boys.
Yes.
Okay.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
They get 2 boys out there, and they're just like fucking around, throwing wild, crazy. Like they're fighting, but they're not. But it's like they're not really fighting. It was a wild thing.
Is it like a kind of a cabaret fight tease?
They're every now and again they'll throw like a real kick out there, but then they're also doing slapping at each other. Then they'll throw a wild kick out there. Like, what is this? And they fucking love it. They don't give a shit.
I mean,
they don't give a shit, man. I was like, oh, if you tried to do something like this over here, it would. The speed at which that would get canceled and everybody who showed up there.
It would never even get greenlit, I don't think, over here.
Oh my God. It would have to be like, this is a private event that we're going to keep no phones behind closed doors. Like nobody would be able to just have a public event that do something like that. It'd
have to be underground. All right, we're taking you're getting searched, all phones.
Everybody's doing those little yonder bags that you got to
Yeah. Bitch, go in here. No.
Oh, but yeah, like they do that a lot of places. Just put on these like weird little insane, essentially freak show fights. Kind of like Japan. Japan used to do shit like that all the time.
I don't know. Neal. I don't look into things like that. Okay.
You remember when they had was it Gabby Garcia, this giant jiu-jitsu chick fighting some like 130-pound house mom? She gets out there and just slaps this bitch around for like 40 seconds until she knocks her out.
I did see that, and I mean that makes sense. Is a woman that is built like the Hulk and a woman that's not, but they had one where she went up against a male. I forgot who the guy was, but he said he looked at her and went, oh, she's muscular. Mm-hmm. And he said, though, when they started wrestling, he was like, oh, I can do whatever I want to her, but still, I'm not fighting her.
I mean, here's the thing: a trained. This is what I've always felt like too.
Well, I'm saying she's trained jiu-jitsu, right?
No. What I was going to say, like a trained woman against another trained guy, I don't know if she's going to be able to win that. But if you give me, I will put any female purple belt chick against almost any untrained guy.
Yeah.
Out there. Like, she's going to be able to strangle the shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
But then again, you throw, a purple belt chick against a purple belt guy, it might be different. Like, I'm not sure. I can't. Now, I do know some purple belt chicks that will strangle other purple belt guys, but very, very few and far between.
Well, the thing about a trained anybody, especially in jiu-jitsu, is they're going to have you choked out before you understand what even happened and are able to react.
Oh yeah, my best video I ever saw of this in live action. There was a guy who had a gym and it was connected to a boxing gym, and they started kind of a friendly way. We're kind of talking shit back and forth a little bit, and there was this chick there, and the guy head instructor was like, "I bet this girl here could choke you guys out against like these 3 different boxers." They're like, "What?" It was like, "All right, bro." They're like, "No, in no world." And these big dudes, they're all in like their mid-20s and stuff like that, like legit guys. She was like, "All right." She goes out there, and every single one of those guys, within about a minute, drug them to the ground and strangled them in about a minute and a half. And they get up there like, "Fuck me, what's happening?"
Now, were the boxer? Well, probably not. It was probably them trying jiu-jitsu on each other. It wasn't like the
they
boxer.
they weren't like like, "Hey, we're not throwing punches," and shit like that.
It wasn't like the boxer gets the box and the girl gets to do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. It was one of those like, "Hey, I guarantee you, if you came out there and she wanted to drag you down to the ground, like you tried to wrestle her, she's gonna be able to take you down to the ground and strangle." They're like, "No, I don't care who she is. her jujitsu is not gonna work on me, and she embarrasses the shit out of these guys.
Listen, I'm
It's great.
going Nature Boy, Ric Flair. I'm poking eyes. I'm dropping elbows.
Oh man.
I'm like, cause I'm smart enough to be like, I don't know what she's doing. If I have to only grab and like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to do this, and I'm not gonna fight fair. So I'm getting up. I'm leaving. I'm gonna go get Chipotle, and I'm gonna have a better day, cause I'm not gonna get choked out
Man, to be honest though, that
By-
was
by a woman.
always fun though
with a purple belt.
to have when you have new guys come in and to put them like, they're new, somewhat athletic guys or whatever, and you put them with the chick, the experienced chick, and the guy's new. It's like his first, second day, and you put him with the girls. Like, all right, hey, you're gonna kind of roll around with her. She's gonna, and you could tell the dude, like, you could tell in their head, they're like, she's gonna put me with this chick, and you're like, yeah, trust me. She'll be fine, bro. They're like, you just like, okay. And then you see like within 15 seconds and then getting to rolling like, oh shit. And then you just see them trying to muscle out of shit. They're like, why is nothing I'm doing working? Oh fuck. And you just see this tiny woman just playing with this grown man.
No. See,
It's
there's
so
gonna be
fun to fucking watch.
There's gonna be headbutts, biting, tickling. I saw that there was I don't think it was UFC, but there was definitely an MMA fight, and I think the guy had him in.
It was a triangle.
Was it? And the other guy had him in like a heel hook, but he wasn't getting, and he just started doing this.
Okay, the one I saw, he was stuck in the triangle. And to get out, he started trying to tickle the dude's feet to get out.
Oh, the one I saw was
like,
that their heads were kind of in the opposite directions of each other, and he kept trying to go for something on the ankle.
Probably either ankle lock or
yeah, but he couldn't get it, so he just started doing this. And the guy was like, "What the fuck? Stop!"
That's hilarious.
I need to start doing something like
There's
boxing.
There's a boxing jiu-jitsu gym not far from here. Man.
No, I said I need to do something, not jiu-jitsu. I don't know if my joints could handle jiu-jitsu.
Here's the thing, man. You got to take it slow. That's the thing. That's what I always tell everybody in the beginning. Every guy over 35 when they start, like they try to go way too hard, way too fast, and they always end up getting hurt. And I'm always like, bro, like you've got to slow down. Like don't try to be strong. Like just go with it. If you're getting knocked over, just go over. If they're pushing your leg down and you feel like you're like, oh shit, I don't know if I can hold this, let it go. But everybody eventually they're like, no, and they fight so hard for it, and they fight so hard, like, and they end up getting hurt. Nobody wants to just accept it. Like, bro, you're gonna suck. You're gonna get your ass kicked for a while. Accept it. You'll get used to it, and then you'll stop getting your ass kicked as much.
See, I hear what you're saying. I just don't like what you're saying because that goes against everything. Like I'm like, no, you're not going to do whatever it is you want to do to me. I'm vulnerable. I don't like to be vulnerable.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Is like if you could accept, like, all right, I'm gonna suck. I'm not gonna understand what's going on, but eventually it'll make sense, and you just kind of go with it, and you get a lot better, a lot faster.
I know, but the couple times you've done like shown me stuff, I'm like, now my shoulder hurts for 3 weeks. Okay, not that bad. Not that bad.
Like,
not that bad.
Now, if you go to a gym and they just try to like throw you in there, like, and also, here's what I will say: it's always who you pair the guy up with. If you do start, you go there. Make sure they don't try to throw you in there your first few months with like the young 22-year-old. Some like 22, 25-year-old guy. Because you're like, bro, he's going to be all energy. I'm not trying to do all that.
I need the like 45 stay-at-home mom that wanted to do something on her weekends. That's the...
Yeah, dude. There's a mom at our gym that I have watched strangle a few. Actually, she strangled a dude. I forgot this one guy. He was a cop, fresh out of the academy, and she used to strangle the fuck out of his ass.
I told you to have them fucking dishes done. What?
Oh yeah, he had just gotten out of the academy, and they would always roll, and she would just get her arms around his neck and guillotine the shit out of him so much. And she was only like 5'1". And she would choke the shit out of this guy. It was amazing.
I'm gonna start poking holes. I'm gonna start get in them nostrils and be like, "How do you like that?" I'd rather get punched in the face, I think, than to get choked out and tapped. I don't know.
Nah, I don't know, man. I don't want the head trauma. Tired of getting hit in the head.
See, this is all good for me.
Yeah, I got years of football and fighting. I don't need any more.
Yeah, I remember when I remember when you told me you retired, and I was like, and I said, man, you just fought on Bellator.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you sure you don't want to try to get that one UFC fight? And you went, man, I'm tired of getting fucking hit in the head.
Yeah, I did say that.
You were like, listen, I was a running back.
Mm-hmm.
I got hit all the time. I get kicked all the time in the head. Like, I'm tired of getting hit in the head. And I said, you know what, brother? Words of wisdom. You like, I want to be able to function.
Yes, man. That's the thing with fighting, man. People don't understand, man. You always see these guys. You wonder, like, why would he keep fighting? Why would he do this? Like, bro, with combat sports, especially or like football and stuff like that, you always want to leave. You always want to walk out instead of getting drug out.
It was like Kuechly. Anybody I ever think of in football that left when they absolutely needed to was Luke Kuechly. When he got that last concussion, when he sat up and took his helmet off, and you could tell that he was not there, and people were like, "Hey, you," and he was gone.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I got to retire." I think he was 28.
Yeah. Well, the same thing with the old dude from the 49ers, that one linebacker that they had. Because he retired, went and started working for his dad's like investment firm or something like that. Played for like 3 years, didn't even make it out of his rookie contract.
Yeah, I remember him. They had another one.
He was good.
They had another one that just retired as soon as he got drafted, and then Patrick Willis retired early too. And Patrick Willis was such a beast. I don't think his name gets enough recognition. Oh, yeah. He was a monster in San Francisco when they were dog shit.
Yeah. But I mean, especially with fighters, man. Like, that's why I was like, I'm happy Khabib retired when he did. People were like, I don't know if Khabib, he retired too early. He didn't really, who did he really fight? And I was like, bro, he beat everybody that was available for him to beat. And why does he need to, like, receive more brain damage for you to like him more? Like, fuck, he did everything he needed to do.
He don't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I was like, bro, make your bag, prove what you need to prove, and then get the fuck out, man. Because it makes me really sad, especially in, like, in MMA and boxing, when you see some of these, especially in MMA, when you see these guys are at one point like UFC champs, and then they lose, and then like maybe 2 years after they lose the title, they're out of the UFC. But then you look up and it's 5 years later and they're still fighting in like all these smaller promotions, and you're just like, bro, I know what you used to get paid. I know what some of these promotions are paying. And they're not paying you really shit right now. Why are you still fighting, man?
It might have been
like you're 39.
It might be like Holyfield, man. Holyfield had how many kids he got? 22?
Something like
8?
that, man.
I don't know. I think it's like 8.
No, I thought he had like 14.
Maybe it is 14. But he had 14 kids.
Yeah, he had to pay all that child support. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's the love of fighting, or is it they've blown through so much money?
I think it's mostly the money. Probably. I think most of the time it's, you don't, there's nobody there to really help you in fighting once you make a whole lot of money.
Right.
There's nobody really there. Oh, hey, I'm here to help you make good decisions with your money. It's always just like, hey, you have a whole bunch of money, and then people just show up wanting you to spend it on shit. And if you don't have somebody there to tell you what to do, what not to do, I've seen too many guys just blow through shit, and you look up, you're like, fuck, man, how is it you have no more money anymore? Like, you like for a good 4-year period, you were making, 300, 400 grand a fight, and now, 6 years after you're through, or 5 years after you're through fighting, like, you have nothing. It's shit.
The lifestyle, the luxury, all the training, all the food, all the girls.
It's the training, the taxes, the not properly like managing shit. It was like, all right, you just made 300 grand on this one fight. You can live off 125, pay your taxes, and do the other. But nobody, everybody's like, nah, I need to get this truck. I need to go get this. I need to go do that.
Man, I couldn't tell you if I was 22, 23 and got my first $300,000 UFC check.
but it's not 22, 23-year-olds getting that much now.
Well,
It's the 29 to 30 guys when they get their title
when they
shots.
get to the top. Okay, I get
At
up
that
into
point,
that
you
point.
should. Now, the NFL guys, I'm never shocked when you hear like, some rookie blowing through his fucking money, like his first NFL season, or like, yeah, he's 22 or he's 21, 22. It's like, and he's making, I don't know, 200 grand a game. It was like, yeah, if you'd have given me that money at 22, I'd have fucked it all off.
What was that receiver that the Cowboys had? Terrence Williams. He bought that baby blue Lamborghini that had the scooter that came out of the back.
Absolutely.
Because I think he hit somebody and just got out and left it.
Yes.
Ah.
But, I mean, I don't know if you ever heard Shannon Sharp whenever he talks about how
eighth guilt.
yeah, he talked about how he blew through all his money his first season. Didn't realize he didn't get paid in the offseason when they weren't playing games.
Oh, I did hear that story. Where
and he had to
like,
call his brother and borrow like 50 grand from his brother.
Hey, young blood, let me hold 20.
Let me hold some money. What you mean we don't get paid no more? Wait, hold on. I gotta make that last all this offseason. Oh, hold on. Sterling. Come on now, help. Hey, help me out. This will be last time you hear from me. Just help me out, Sterling.
Hey, Skip, let me hold it. Give me that 50 till tomorrow. No, he thought it was like teacher pay. He's like, I thought I was gonna get paid year round.
Yeah, I would have too. I would have thought, yeah, but
yeah, I think that's something somebody should have told everybody. Like,
you
listen,
would think your brother in the NFL would have told
yeah.
you this when you got drafted.
It's like, no, Bubba, you get it. Okay, there's 16 games. You get 16 paychecks.
Yeah.
If you make it to the playoffs, you get these little bonuses.
Yeah. You would think, like, when you get drafted, your brother would tell you, like, oh, hey, make sure you don't blow through all your money your first year because the offseason you stop getting paid. Like, his brother didn't tell him shit.
The other thing is, too, is like, okay, let's think about this. You get paid $16 million a year, and you got $1 million per paycheck for 16 games.
I ain't doing that math. Plus,
I ain't here to math. I'm here to play football.
Yeah. Plus, they was taking all them taxes out. I saw state taxes, city taxes, income taxes. I wouldn't get no $1 million check.
I was left with $330,000.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
I couldn't imagine knowing that you get $1 million paycheck and then to really get like the real amount and go.
Oh yeah, I mean, what if you're getting paid? Because what I didn't realize for a long time is that they got to pay taxes for the city and state that they play in. So even if, let's say, you live in Dallas and your contract was the Cowboys, if you play in New York, you have to pay New York City and state taxes on that paycheck for that game. And yeah, which I always thought, I was like, I never would have considered that.
I don't.
Because technically they consider it that's where the work was performed. And so that's where.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I've had remote positions where the company was elsewhere. But yeah, I paid taxes on where my residence was.
Yeah, but you weren't going to where they were
because you worked there and technically performed the work of your
Texas.
job. Wow, I guess I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah. On top of that, too, people forget about agents and all that stuff.
You gotta pay agents and
you got agents, managers. You know, I think of that $1 million, you got to at least throw out at least 35 to 40% of it to just the government and other people.
We lost a lot of our viewers with the tax talk.
Oh well.
Listen, folks.
Athlete salary breakdowns.
They
don't make. Yeah. People need to know when they get mad at these athletes. It's like they don't. Yes, they make a shit ton of money, but they don't make as much as you think they make. Like take that money that you hear that they make and then cut it down by like at least 40%. That's probably what they're getting.
Depending on the state too. Like if you play in California and New York.
Because people are like, well, over the course of his career, he made $130 million. How was that? He's like, yeah. His contracts say he made 130. Yeah.
Hey, listen, if I made
fraction of 130, I'm fine.
Yeah. Like if I had 130 million, I really only got 70. I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah, that's true.
But when you're playing, you think, oh well, this shit's gonna keep coming.
Oh God, yes.
And then you got 12 kids and you broke.
Oh man.
So, But anyway, so folks, moral of the story: don't become a fighter or NFL player.
Yeah, make sure leave them one more. Leave them one more. All right, like especially with fight, if it's anything that involves you putting your body on the line, leave them one more.
Leave them one more.
All right,
Thanks,
with
folks. Hit that like and subscribe. We will see you next week.
Bye.